What's going on, everybody? Today I'm making bread pudding. It's going to be good, but it's not going to be good for me. I'll tell you what, I got everything prepped right here, and you'll see right here I got some sugar, 3 cups of it. I'm going to have 3 cups of milk. I've got 4 eggs. Got a half a stick of butter that I'm going to melt down. I've got 2 12-ounce cans of evaporated milk and some pure vanilla extract. And then I've got some fresh baked French bread that I made yesterday. And I made this bread from a recipe I've used before. I've got a video on it, in fact, which I'll link to in the description, or you'll see at the end of this video. It's really easy to make, and I made 2 big loaves. We ate half a loaf yesterday with some butter, and I think I'm only gonna shred up this other loaf. I cut it in half to fit it in this Ziploc bag, but I'm gonna see how much this gives me, and then we'll go from there. And once I've got the bread all shredded up, I'm gonna take all this stuff and put it in this bowl and mix it up and pour it on the bread. So let me go ahead and get the bread done first. All right, let me get this stuff mixed up and then we'll see what it looks like once I pour it on here. All right, here goes the sugar, eggs, melted butter, 3 cups of milk, evaporated milk, and then I got some vanilla, 1 tablespoon. My tablespoon one is dirty, so I'm gonna do 3 teaspoons. And I'm gonna whisk that up as much as I can. And in the meantime, I've got the oven set to 375, getting hot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into the bread. Stir that up. We usually buy bread from the store already made, so this is the first time we've ever done it with fresh made bread. So I'm really looking forward to see what this is gonna taste like compared to the normal recipe that we do with the store-bought bread. Looks like a lot of sauce. But I'm gonna leave it like this to soak for a few minutes, and we'll come back and take a look at it. All right, we're back. It's been about 15 minutes. The bread's been soaking. I've stirred it up a couple of times just to make sure all the pieces get evenly coated and soaked up with this goodness. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into this pan. Now I only wanna pour it about halfway full because I want the bread's gonna kind of expand a little bit, and I don't want this thing to overflow. So let me see what it looks like after I pour this in here. If I need to, I can pour a little bit out in the smaller pan just in case I got too much. So let me do it. Let all that stuff drip out of there. All right, that's good enough. So let's see here. It's a little over full, so I think I might pour a little bit into this pan just to make sure we're not too full. I don't know how I'm gonna do this without spilling it. Let's try it. I made a little mess. You know what I should have done is got a spoon. Spoon it in. So I got 1 big pan and 1 little smaller pan to go in the oven, which I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna set the timer to 1 hour, and I'll come back and check.
Look at the cute puppy dog.
All right, it's been an hour. Let's go ahead and get it out. This one, I'm not sure if they're done. This one's still kind of juicy in the middle. I'm gonna leave it cook for just a little bit longer, and I'll come back. And I think it's done. Now let me show you what I'm gonna do. I can't remember where I saw this, but I saw somebody do this. I'm gonna take a knife and I'm gonna poke through it. I'm gonna sprinkle some cinnamon on it. I've got some condensed milk. I'm gonna pour this all over this thing like a dat. I'm hoping those little knife pokes will allow the milk to kind of seep down into those spots. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But anyway, this is gonna be some good stuff right here. I'll tell you one thing. All right, I'll let that sit for just a couple minutes and we'll cut it and try it out. Man, look at this right here. It looks really good. It looks really good. So let me give it a try. Fresh, homemade bread fresh bread pudding. I'll tell you what. That's good stuff. You know, to be honest, it tastes the same as when we use bread from the store, but just knowing that it's fresh, homemade bread that I made myself, it just adds to the experience. It's more fulfillment, I think, that I made the bread myself and then made this bread pudding out of it than had I gone to the store and just bought some loaves. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what we do normally, and I'm sure we'll continue to do that. But when I have the chance and I have the time, I think I'm gonna definitely make the bread beforehand, because I need to get better at that anyway. This is only the second time I've made those loaves of French bread, and it turned out great. You gotta try it. So good. And that tastes just like a bread pudding from a restaurant. I'm not even lying. It's just that good. And it's easy. It doesn't take long to make, and it doesn't take a whole lot of ingredients. It just takes about an hour and a half, you know, to prepare it and cook it after you made bread, if you made bread. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm glad you stuck around to the end. Go ahead and try it out. I'll see you in the next video, all right? Bye.